Alright, so we're in a block screen right now. I have no idea why the screen is blocked. That makes no sense. Anyway, today we are getting into the Crew 2. Now this is old gen, this is PS4. I just want to see some of the changes that have been made on PS4 because they did all across all platforms. Even though it's supposed to look better on PS5 or it looks better on PS5 and PC, they still have done a great deal of updates on the PS4. Now I hadn't even started any of this stuff, and I'm not going to because I just want to do a little bit of. I just want to check out the game itself and how it's working. So I just want to see some things for myself. So before I'll do a whole nother video on the Motorflix, the new Motorflix, and the drifting in the cars and stuff like that. So I'll try to separate this up in the series. Right now, we're gonna check out the performance, and we're gonna look at some of the color grading on here. And because I do know that they've changed quite a few things on here, I could tell that the lighting changed. I could tell that the handling in the cars have changed for sure. So anyway, let's just take a look around and do some exploring. First blush. It definitely looks different. It definitely looks different. That is different. Now, is it a 100%? This is PS4, so keep in mind that it's not going to be as detailed as PS5 or PC. But, pretty token, I can see so like, it's definitely different. Let's get in. First thing, hold on a second. Wait. Okay. Let's check the map. One of the things that used to happen when you used to load in this real-time map is that it would have I mean, even this looks different. You could tell, like, you could see, like, this looks a little bit different to me. Different, a lot more vents than I remember. Anyway, when you would zoom in, there would be a problem with rendering. Like, it wouldn't render all the way, and it looked crazy. Especially starts when you go into the topographical parts. But this looks to be very different because the buildings are much more of identifiable instead of a bunch of just gray blocks. I mean, it's still not incredible detail. I bet on PS5 and PC that it looks even better than this from this height. I bet it looks even more detailed. But as you get closer in, um, like you can start to hear the ambient sounds, and you can see like real time, real time, activities and stuff that's going on, which is really cool because it wasn't doing this before. At first, it took a while. Like even like when I would zoom in, it would take a while for all this stuff to render in. But now it's not doing that. I mean, this is a real time representation of this part of the map right now. So I'm just gonna fast travel to this spot. Still off a little bit. Still see you see how it looks gray, the gray little blips or whatever. On PS5 and PC that doesn't happen. It's not even it doesn't happen. But I mean it looks so much better. It's really and this is PS4. So anybody who's trying to PS4. So to make this much improvement even on PS4 is a pretty good thing. Well, I'm trying to explain to people, everybody can afford a PS4. And that's a fact. Especially like me, I ain't got no money to spend on a PS5 right now. So PS4 is where it's at for me. So I'm not complaining on everything I get. The other thing I want people to realize is that even with this update on PS5 and PC, people are gonna complain. The game is almost 4 years old. They're, and they're still doing updates and live service events with this game. And even as all these other games are coming out, they're steadily forging ahead. The devs are continually adding new content to this game over time, which is great. And they're improving the game as well over time, which is great. It made it a much more playable experience on PS. Like, okay, I'll give you a good example. See that Wind Palace right there? That would not be so clear and viewable in the old version of this game, even on PS4. I would not be able to see that so clear. So, to me, for my money, that's pretty damn good. I'm not mad about that at all. And in terms of the performance and handling, uh, they definitely got to do some work because you can see like that's supposed to be, I don't know what that flashing is on the back, but I'm guessing that's where the sunlight is shining through the top of the car. Yeah, because they got the shimmer, you know, you see all this stuff kind of blinking and stuff. They're doing the shimmer, but it doesn't work as well on the PS4 because the PS4 just doesn't have the software to push the kind of changes that they wanted done. But the handling is fantastic. You can tell the difference. Definitely tell the difference. I heard one of the other YouTubers, one of the other YouTubers, that they didn't like the pink look to the game, which at nighttime they didn't like the pink or whatever. I don't have no problem with that. To make it more vibrant or whatever. Why would I have an issue with that, right? So we're just gonna check out some of these mountains and stuff up here. Because I'm told it did some stuff with the weather as well. Remember, it's the PS4, so performance is not gonna be digital performance like some of the graphics and stuff. It's not gonna be as good or crisp as it is on the PS5 in terms of rendering, things rendering right in front of you. But I don't have an issue with it. I mean, you're asking a game that's this old to compete with all the new stuff. That's not real fair to do. But just enjoying the game for what it is, it's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So people who try to compare this game to Forza Horizon is not being fair. And then Forza Horizon 5, to be honest, has its own share of bugs and problems, just like every other video game. And from what I'm told is that people have stopped, like Forza Horizon has dropped its numbers, which is a shame, really, because the game, oh my god, look at how these trees look. This is completely different in terms of the tree. This is very, very different. They look a heck of a lot more real. The tree itself is darker in color, and the leaves on the trees are a darker green, sort of like an evergreen. Yeah, so the trees look completely different. I mean, this is definitely different. In fact, it looks as they put more trees. They've added some more trees. They've definitely added more trees for sure to the game. There's much more trees per inch or square foot on here than it used to be. These are redwood trees. They look incredible. Gives the game a lot more depth and filling in a lot of the empty areas instead of having full grasslands, having trees growing in every single square inch of the place. Which is good. I love this. Farmland. They already had pretty good water mechanics, so I'm gonna check that in a second. But it definitely renders better. Is it perfect? No. But it renders really good. So I'm not mad about that at all. It's PS4, so I don't know what people can expect or would want to expect. But it's PS4, so it's not gonna be incredibly detailed graphics, but it's still fantastic in my opinion. For a game that's this old and still performs this fantastic, even on PS4, it's really a good thing. It really is. I can't stress enough how important that is, and how important it is for people to understand that this game is as old as it is, and the fact that they're continually adding live service. I just think that that's a really good thing. You can't kind of go wrong there. And they've added some stuff to the game. This looks to be a track. It is. Has this always been here? I don't know. Can't say for sure. But it must have already been here. Maybe not. This might be new. And then there are things that they're going to add in additional seasons and weekly summit passes, things that we don't know about yet. So I'm trying to wait for the weather to change. Hope it gets ready to rain here soon, or snow, whichever one comes first. I'm gonna go out here to a larger body of water to know that they're adding stuff and they're still like fixing on the game and constantly making it better. So people should just be patient, because I noticed a lot of people were complaining about the day one their updates or whatever, it wasn't working, this wasn't working, they're having bugs, and I'm like, come on, people. I mean, how could you expect the game to be perfect after they just released an update like this? Be happy that they moved it to 60 FPS for PS5. That is absolutely awesome. Let's go to the vote. Look at that shimmer off the bottom of the boat. That's different. That's a change. You used to cannot see the reflection. Okay, see that door? Fish strong. Look at that. Look at that shimmer. That is definitely new. You used to cannot see the reflection of the water shimmering off the bottom of the boat. It's sunlight. That's great. I guess the next game, if they're going to add reflections like that, over time, I guess they will change everything. One of the things I would hope they would change, they need to make the lights, the headlights on the cars at night brighter when it's darker outside. They definitely need to do that. That needs to happen. still takes forever to get into photo mode. Now, you'll notice that you can see some reflection into the mirrors, but it's not an accurate representation on what's going on behind you. Like see, there's cars behind me, but in the mirror, nothing. See what I mean? So it's they give a reflective image of what the buildings look like in the area, but they don't give you real time, a real time view of what's actually going on behind you. But I will say that the reflection in the mirror looks a teeny bit better than it did before. And now that's not to say that it's incredible, but it's definitely a lot clearer than it used to be. It used to just be completely fogged out, and you could barely make out anything, let alone shapes in the reflection. So maybe in the future they're going to add reflective substances to the mirror or give you a reverse angle view. That's basically playing a tiny video camera of what's going on behind you. Now, I don't know how they can add that to the game, but I don't imagine it would be that difficult to do. Forza Horizon does it, but they've been doing that. That's part of that's their thing. So, you'll look at their videos and you'll see that they have like actual working mirrors or whatnot. So, but what I'll say is that let's just go out. Let me show you the reason why I think they can do this if they really, really wanted to. Let's go down here to LA real quick. Let's go to the house. I'm gonna go to my apartment in the game. I'll be glad when they open the other apartments around the map. That right now they only currently have two: the LA house and the one in Miami or Daytona or whatever it is. But I would hope that they will open all the other apartments because that would be cool. Because I would love to have other locations to live in other than LA and Miami. So just like how I just walked out of that door, that's sort of how they'll have to deal with, in the terms of the mirror, making the mirrors work on cars. I think if you can make this live, which it is, now there are cars parked in front of the house. If I go out, there will be actual cars. So, when I go to map mode, it's not going to show me standing on the porch. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to show me in my home, but it's not going to show me standing out on this balcony up here, which would be really cool. You want to talk about real time. So anyway, this is just a map of the game, of the map. It's not like saying a personal map where I can see like my cars on the inside or anything like that. This is just a 3D color map of the entire game without all the stuff. Now the map does work a little funky now. It shows the interior space, but none of the cars and boats or anything like that. Anyway, so when I mean by real time, it's like I'm standing on this balcony, right? And if there was another player in a boat, would I be able to see him from here? No, because they don't have that technology in this game. Right now, I'm looking at a completely empty map with nobody in it. Right? That's how it's set up. Now, they would have to change that. But to do that, they would have to exceed what GTA 5 is doing. GTA 5 currently, if you look out of the windows of any of your buildings, you can see a live, live gameplay through the window of your apartment. So if there are other players, you can see them. But here you can't interact with other players physically because I mean it's not GTA 5. But if they were to add that sort of concept even to the new game that they're supposedly be coming out with, I think they'd be on to something. Like for instance, if you could get out of your cars, they already got the character down. I mean, they got it to where you can see yourself, a physical representation of a person. Great. If you could get out of your car, cruise around, even swim or whatever, that would be fantastic. You know, and they may add other events like surfing or snowboarding, or you know, to make it an entire catch-all. That'd make it an incredibly intricate game, and it'll kind of be a departure from the crew. But I would still love it because can you imagine um, them adding snowboarding, um, skiing, uh, motorbiking, whatever, everything having to do with transportation, motorsports, you know, jet skis, all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, and then of course jet airplanes. What if they added all of that stuff? You know, how cool would that be? I do a little quick advertising. I love the fact that you can make your own custom liveries on this game. That to me makes this game one of the greatest open world car racing games ever created. If GTA 5 did that, they would have a lot more players right now because individuality means something. If you can separate yourself from someone else, then that means everything in the world because you're different. And in car games, that's important. Individuality is important in car games. You know, you gotta be able to separate yourself from everyone else. So, cruising, has it gotten better? Absolutely. Look at the grading, the color grading. It's a lot more vibrant in the evening times. And it seems that the day lasts a little longer because we've been on for a while now and it's still daytime or it's just now evening time in the game. Before the day night cycle happened a lot quicker. A lot quicker. Maybe in like 15 minutes it would go from day to night and back to day again. But it's a lot longer. So the days seem to be lasting a lot longer. And that's different. It gives the game a little bit more realism. And the shading here definitely, I heard people say it's pink. Dang, I can't see. I hit that car. But for some reason, the handling is a little bit slower in this BMW. It doesn't cut the same. Yeah, I see what they mean by the pink shading. I actually have no problem with that. I think people kind of described it as kind of mood shading. But for me, it gives it a little bit more gritty realism in terms of street racing and stuff, you know, things of that nature. They do have to do some work with the reflective surfaces. As you can see, like the car just seems to be like bouncing light off it at random times. So like they've been doing shading work with the game. So as day turns to night, we'll see. So we're doing this slowly. I wanted to kind of let y'all see this. Definitely more of a natural fade tonight than it used to be. At first, before the update, this car sounds different too. So they might have done something with the sound package. Boy, I'm having trouble driving. One of the things they need to change in this game is the headlight strength. Like that is not good. That's like not bright at all. You can't hardly see. Now I'm in the city, so it still needs to be even brighter than this in my opinion. The lights got a little bit more fuzz to them. Young California. Alright. The light on the helicopter is incredible. Look at that. It's like a freaking spotlight. And that's why I'm saying it should not be an issue to make the headlights on the cars brighter. Because it's extremely bright on the helicopter. Trying to go somewhere with a minimum amount of city light. The wind farm still looks crazy from here. You can't see the things, but again, this is PS4, not PS5. They've definitely added a lot more trees, though. That is. In real life, you wouldn't have any trees near the wind farms. They've added a lot of trees, a lot more greenery. Seems they add a lot more scrubs, you know, to bushes and things like that that kind of color in the landscape, giving it a little bit more of a actual, you know, feel to the game. So in reality, if you're traveling to the, you know, northern LA, northern California, then this is what you can see. This is a greatly condensed version of the United States, so not actually seeing them. So one of the things that I noticed that the entire time we were playing, it didn't rain during the day. So they've lengthened, you know, maybe they've cut down on the rain weather cycles, making it a little slower. You know, maybe it rains once every other day or something like that, instead of like every 20 minutes in the game. So it's like, well, why? I know people ask, why you don't just use a plane? Well, we're not trying to fly by the landscape so quickly to where we can't even see it. You know, and I'm still going like 200 miles an hour in this helicopter, by the way. We're gonna go to the north and check out the mountains. It definitely looks a heck of a lot better. I will tell you that right now. It looks so much better. So much more real. This is a fuzz. A lot of players online too. They got that pink thing going on. Everybody's talking about the pink. You can see the pink. People complaining about it. People always complain. It doesn't matter what they do. They could have made it orange. They could have made it blue. They could have made it green. People would have complained regardless. I love how the sound changes when you switch to the different views as you get closer to the engine. The sound is going to change. And I love how the altimeter is accurate. The interior, for the the interior space. If you're level, you're level. If you're not, it will display on the actual instruments. They work. The speedometer works on here as well. Accelerator. Now, it's a little bit of orange glare right there. See that? Added so many different events in terms of the drifting and stuff like that in the game. Morning fog. I'm wondering if the weather shifts change once you go to a certain part of the country. Barely see anything in this fog. They still got some work to do because even with like, see how it was flashing a different color. They got to do some more blending, color blending. Definitely got more trees. You know, the further north you go, you should start to see some snow caps. Oh, all right. I'm north now. So I'm as far north. You see, I came all the way completely north to the edge of the map. I didn't even notice that I was at the edge. So they're not gonna do the snow caps this time. So it's gonna be is it seasonal base? Because generally when you went north, there would be snow caps on all these mountains. You know what I'm saying? It'll be already frozen solid or whatever. You know, top of the mountain stay frozen. Because we went all the way up to freaking Canada. Pretty north. They actually let you cross over the line, believe it or not. just ever so slightly over into Canada there. Southern Cascades, the Columbian Basin. Where are the freaking let's see. High Sierras? No snow on those. And that's the thing. You're gonna see the tallest stuff, like when you see these little dark gray areas. Here we are. There go the snow caps. Okay, so they didn't take them out, but in certain parts of the country, they did. All right, cool. So snow is down here. What about here? Yep. Let's just go here real quick. Why not? Just gonna travel here. We're not gonna go inside. But I want to see some of the snow areas. They definitely changed the snow effects. I can tell you that just by the car traveling on the snow. It looks so much different. Look at that. Now this car is absolutely not built for this. I love how the tires are just snow covered now. Still got generally the same snow effects. I think people who did the comparison videos, they were being, I don't know what they were doing, but I wouldn't have done them that way. Anyway, let's just switch this car because we need something a little bit more snow worthy now, don't we? I like the absurdity of some of the stuff you can do like this. Like, who in the world, what video game do you know has a monster truck that you could just literally just jump off the rock face, jump off the side of a mountain? Monster truck is extremely agile. I'm going in reverse to stop. These trucks are powerful enough to go back up this mountain. A lot of cars aren't, but the trucks are. It doesn't matter what the tire. Now that would be great if all tires mattered. Anything that you add to the truck adds to the attributes or anything they need to. That's a lot of work though for a dev team that's been working pretty much. The game is very popular, much more popular than people want to get it credit for. And and that's what really keeps the devs going. But one of the things I think they can change is like make all this stuff tangible. If you're gonna put a spoiler on the back of your truck, then it should have effects on how your truck performs. Same with tires and stuff like that. So, and like the specialized tires are one that look crazy, like this one. These tires are ridiculous. They should add special attributes, give you more grip, or give you more turning radius or whatever. But everything should have consequences in the game, good or bad. And that way you have a reason for making it, right? And that's one of the big knocks on the game is that they created a lot of stuff that has no look cool, but outside of that, it has no effect on how your vehicle performs or anything like that. That is a legitimate critique, but I would simply say that the devs have done quite a bit with the game as it stands, so you should not expect award-winning, stuff from this game. I mean, again, the game is not quite old, so. But I would say this game looks better than GTA 5. Now, of course, you're doing a lot more in GTA 5 than you're doing in this game. But boy, if you could get out of your car, like just stop, get out of your car, switch to a snowboard and go snowboarding. How could you go wrong there? That's where we're going in gaming. It's going to eventually get there. Look at that sun. That looks a lot better than it used to look. At first, the sun just looked like a blur or a blob of light. Here they gave it a shape and they gave it the light ray, the light ray band, so it looks like an actual sun. The light rays from it. The lighting up here at the top of this mountain is fantastic, by the way. Let's go up here to the top of the world up here. It'd been cool if they would have added Mount Everest. Up here with the Eagles. I noticed another thing too. When you would land in the old version of this game, your helicopter would kind of power down. It would power down. It would still be on, but it would power down. Maybe it does. I gotta hold the brake button. Yeah, there. Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's still spinning, but it powered down. You slow the props down or whatever. That's cool. I love that. Now keep in mind, in order to make this work, and this is how a helicopter works, how you see the back rotor spinning versus the top rotor, that's exactly how it looks, man. To even get that is really cool. Now, it does take longer for a traditional helicopter to power up. As soon as you hit the gas, this thing is on. You know, it takes a little longer than that for it to get up to speed in real life, but still pretty accurate on how to spin. So, let's do a drop test. This thing is like a rocket. Look at that. Did you see that? Like the, oh wow. I did not expect that. To get flipped upside down. You see the nitrous being pulled back? Like dropping has an effect on it now. Still pushing you forward quite a bit, but it has an effect on it. I love this car more than I love any other car in the game because it's just so quick. So quick, so easy to drive, handle. Look at this.
That's weird. I would have bet you'd enter the street racing family first. Turns out I was wrong.
They need to fix
So
that.
is there a reason you haven't tried it yet?
I've already done street racing family. I've finished it. So no rain yet. I haven't experienced any rain, any snow yet. Oh, pat the gas. I'll tell you, driving the game renders a lot better than it used to. And 90 miles an hour feel faster than it used to. Boy, that damn bear came out of there. Woo. Now let's see what's going on with the drifting. Now we're not gonna do any of the events yet, but I am gonna get a drift car and hit these peaks. Alright, and this will be the last thing I do. In the next series video, we'll go through the event. Now this car is not obviously not made for drifting on dirt. Kind of funky. This could be that car though. I generally don't use this car for drifting. As well, since I'm so close. Motor cars. Okay. I'm cool with that. So, first of all, this is a beautiful livery on this car, and I love this car. special track up here that I created. Found nice little circle you can go up here. Nice. Alright guys, I hope you like this video. Oh, I like the way the wind is blowing too. That's cool. It's been the rain, so they've added wind with the rain. Oh, I'm so glad I stayed. I would have missed it. Alright, let's see. They never really needed to change this inside because this is great. Like the way they got it. Oh, it looks so much different. Look at the raindrops hitting the ground. See that splash effect? Oh my goodness. Listen to the sound of it. The rain sounds even better. That is really, really cool, guys. Wow. Sheets of rain, bro. Sheets. The weather affects the trees. The trees blow in the wind with the rain. That is something right there. Even like your gloves and clothes and stuff get wet. Look at how the rain hits the ground. That's really cool. Weather does affect your car. of the good things about, like, if you set your car up to detect those live rewards, you'll find them. Game looks great. Is it perfect? No. But is it better? Yes. Yes. So much better. And I think people need to just take a chill pill on the criticisms and realize that this game is 4 years old and it's not going to be Forza Horizon 5. People need to get over that and just appreciate the game for what it is. So you'll have a lot, you'll have a better time doing that. And I just don't think it's constructive to compare these two games. It's kind of hard to enjoy yourself if you're always comparing the two. Things I love about this game, like, you need power to get up this mountain. You get this really high gear just to go up. This is not an off-road vehicle, so it's not gonna go fast anyway. But this is an off-road car. Looks like they've done some stuff with the suspension. Got those coilovers actually working. That's cool. Alright guys, if you like my review and recap of the new update of the Crew 2, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and share. I'm Caruzu from Caruzu's Gaming and Reactions, and we'll see all you lovely people in the next one.